And the issue we dealt with today is this. Looks harmless enough, right? This. You squish it up, gets very small, you can almost see it. How dangerous can that be? That is very, very, very dangerous.
Single-use plastic is hurting our environment all over the world. In New York State alone, there are over 23 billion plastic bags being used each year, and 85% of those bags end up in landfills, waterways, and the streets. What is even more upsetting is the amount of plastic bags that end up in recycling machines that are not able to be recycled in them properly. That is a huge amount of plastic that's being added into our communities and cities. New York Governor Andrew Cuomo has backed the plastic bag ban since 2018, but the law did not go into effect until March 1st of 2020. But 2 weeks later, New York State, along with many other states, began their shutdown due to the coronavirus. This was, of course, an unexpected challenge that lawmakers were not expected to face so early on. I spoke with Dominic, a Stop and Shop employee who worked at the grocery store during the pandemic.
Scary to me, being in contact with the public all the time, just not knowing who was sick, who wasn't sick. It was very nerve-wracking constantly.
And what was it like when people brought reusable bags in?
Who knew what was on those bags? They could have germs constantly with COVID-19, and we have to touch it and we get sick, so I did not like it at all.
According to Pace Law student Connor Hilby, the pandemic was not the only thing putting a pause on the law going into effect.
I mean, that was part of the reason why it was stalled in March. It was a lawsuit. So I would assume that citing, CDC guidelines, that some of these, manufacturers of the plastic bags and also the businesses that are using them may bring lawsuits saying that it's against public policy or not in the state's interest to enforce this ban.
And then in October, what do you think had changed compared to in March when the law was supposed to take effect?
There's definitely a stall and definitely a halt in the momentum we had to get to a place where we're using reusables more often than these single-use plastics.
Please do your part in helping to reduce single-use plastics. Bring your own bag or reuse a paper bag. We can change the path this pandemic has put us on.
By 2050, there will be more plastic by weight in the oceans than fish. But change is hard.
Yes, change is hard and it takes time, effort, and also patience. But the environment needs our help, and this change will benefit our Earth for years and years to come.